There's nothing quite as loyal as a dog, and their incredible nature is proven once again in today's heartwarming story. This is the tale of a dog who attends Mass every single day, and the reason behind this daily ritual is both surprising and heartbreaking. In a quaint town near Brindisi, Italy, there is a small church where daily Masses are held, which is a common practice in many Italian towns. However, what sets this particular church apart is the presence of an unusual attendee, a German Shepherd. This faithful dog quietly enters the church each day, sitting in silence throughout the service and leaving just as quietly when the doors open after the service. This remarkable sight has become a fixture in the town of San Donici. The dog's behavior puzzled the townsfolk. It's not common to see animals at these religious events, except for service dogs. But this dog came on its own, wearing a somber expression each time. According to the church's priest, Donato Panna, the congregation didn't mind the dog's presence because of its respectful demeanor. However, curiosity began to brew among the worshippers. The dog consistently positioned itself in front of the altar, fixated on the same spot. Some speculated that the dog might be seeing something others couldn't, even suggesting it could be communicating with the departed. For Panna, who was not only a dog lover but had recently lost his own beloved pet, it was clear that this dog was simply very sad. While the dog seemed familiar, Panna couldn't quite place where he had seen it before. It was evident that the dog was homeless, appearing dirty and slightly underweight. Could it be that the dog was seeking refuge and safety within the church walls? Was he silently asking for help? The priest couldn't shake the feeling that this loyal pup needed assistance. His first step was to give the dog a much-needed bath. After one of the Masses, he enlisted the help of some teenagers. As the dog prepared to leave, they gave him treats and a thorough bath. Although the teens were initially apprehensive about how the dog would react to water, the dog welcomed their efforts and seemed to relish the attention. Following his bath, Panna and the kids provided him with nourishment. Though he was a bit on the thin side, Panna became more convinced than ever that he had encountered this dog previously, though he couldn't pinpoint where. Setting the mystery aside momentarily, Panna prioritized the dog's well-being. They needed to ensure he was in good health. It seemed clear that the dog might be silently pleading for their help, and they couldn't overlook any potential pain or discomfort he might be experiencing. Thus, Panna decided to take the gentle German Shepherd to the local vet. Surprisingly, the dog walked obediently beside the priest as they journeyed to the vet. The thorough checkup revealed that the dog was in excellent health. The vet tried to identify any signs of an owner but found no microchip, a disappointing dead end. Although they had ensured the dog's care, one question still lingered. Why did this dog attend Mass, and where had he lived before becoming a regular visitor to the church? Feeling slightly defeated, the priest walked the dog back to the church. As they passed by some shops, a young boy approached and began petting the dog, affectionately calling him Tommy. Panna was taken aback and inquired why the boy referred to the dog as Tommy. The child explained that this was the dog's name. He had known him for years. They all had. This was Tommy, the rescue dog of one of the older ladies in the neighborhood, Maria Losi. The priest's memory was triggered, and he finally recalled where he had seen the dog before. It was none other than Maria's beloved Tommy, who had once been a regular presence in town, always seen by her side. Though he appeared thinner now and arrived at the church rather dirty initially, there was no doubt that this was the same dog Maria had cherished. Maria was a compassionate woman with a deep love for rescuing animals. Over the years, she had rescued several dogs, but Tommy held a special place in her heart. She had found him as a sickly puppy in the nearby fields, abandoned by heartless individuals. Maria had nursed him back to health, despite the challenges and close calls they faced. Eventually, Tommy became a joyful and healthy companion, faithfully accompanying her wherever she went. Whenever she ventured into town, Tommy was right there by her side, even attending church with her, though he would wait outside in those days, patiently waiting for her return. So why was Tommy now coming inside the church on his own? Why wasn't he with his best friend, Maria? The heartbreaking truth was that Maria had passed away a few months earlier. She had no family in the area, and it seemed that her most cherished companion had returned to life on the streets, except for his daily attendance at Mass. To ensure that no one was missing Tommy, Father Pana first visited Maria's former residence, which was a little outside of town. The house appeared deserted, with tall grass and overgrown flower beds that Maria had once lovingly tended to. However, Tommy displayed excitement as they approached, running to a hole in the fence and settling on a dog bed on the porch. It was evident that Tommy still considered this place his home, even in the absence of anyone to care for him. Accepting that he would see Tommy at Mass as usual, Father Pana left him in peace while he sought answers to the mystery. The priest had a hunch about what was going on but needed to verify it. He returned to the church, setting out food, water, and a blanket for Tommy, just in case he needed it. He then reviewed the security camera footage. As he examined the footage, Father Pana uncovered a remarkable story. He first observed footage of Maria's funeral and noticed Tommy following the funeral procession into the church. Slowly, he walked behind the casket, understanding that this was his final farewell to his beloved person. Tommy lay down next to the casket and remained there throughout the entire funeral service, on the exact spot where he now laid down every day. Taking the recordings further back in time, the priest discovered that Maria used to attend Mass daily. She would instruct Tommy to stay outside while she entered the church and took her favorite seat. Tommy would watch from the doorway, ensuring Maria's safety, and then find a spot to lie down outside. However, the remarkable aspect was that Tommy was always watching the very spot where Maria used to sit, hoping against hope that one day she would reappear there. This incredible but bittersweet tale of deep love and unwavering loyalty touched the hearts of everyone in town. Tommy had lost the person who meant the world to him, but the community rallied to ensure he would never be truly alone again. People from all walks of life, including children and local business owners, embraced Tommy as the town's dog. They fed him when he was around, provided him with a place to sleep, and showered him with love and attention. Although Tommy didn't have his beloved Maria by his side, this close-knit community had made sure that he would never be alone again, fulfilling Maria's wish. Reflecting on this touching story, one can't help but wonder if their own dog would miss them this much if they were gone.